Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to my 2020 bullet journal. This is my first video, so why don't you stick around and see if you like what I do. This journal is a Leuchtturm 1917 in a navy blue colour, and my first spread is going to be the title page. Now, one thing you might see in my journal is that I've actually marked out everything in pencil already, and this is something that I usually do just to make sure that everything's going to fit on the spread the way I want it to. It's not something you have to be ashamed about, and it's not something that you need to be worried about just because you don't see other people doing it, because chances are people might mark out their spread first anyway. So let's get into the first page. So all I've done here is write 2020 in the middle, and I've drawn two boxes around it. The first box is obviously straight, and the second box is slightly to an angle, and how I did this was just by using a piece of paper that was the same size as that square and just turning it round and drawing round it. So my next lot of pages are a slightly different take on a year at a glance. In previous journals I've done a year at a glance where I've had all the months on over the 2 pages, but I found that it's not particularly helpful for me because there's not really enough space. So this time what I've decided to do, I have the name of the month and the calendar, and then I'm going to have some space here to write some important dates, and then on this blank page next to it what I'm going to do is I'm going to print off a picture each month that I feels represented, something I've enjoyed that month or a particular memory that I like, and stick it in so that I can kind of incorporate my year at a glance and my yearly monthly pictures. Now for the new year I wanted to do goals of sorts, but not in the sense of sort of New Year's resolutions, more in the sense of a bucket list for the year. So on this page what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down 20 things to do in 2020. Okay, so on this next page what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a theme ideas page, kind of like a brain dump but just for monthly theme ideas. This page here is going to be my master shopping list, so it's going to include things that I buy on a regular basis that I can look at to make sure that I don't forget anything specific. On this page I'm going to include a savings tracker and a brief income tracker on the same page. As a student with only a small part-time job, the savings tracker is probably quite ambitious as each box is £50 worth. However, there's always the chance that I can copy and paste this into my next journal and carry it on. My income tracker, as I say, I'm a student with only a small part-time job, so my income tracker doesn't need to be very big. So all I'm doing is creating a small table where at the top I will write in the date, the amount, where I got it from, and then I'm going to write down 20% because my goal is to put 20% of any income I get into my savings account. So to just write down what the amount is good to keep track for me. One of the things I want to do this year is get healthier. I want to lose weight, but I also just want to be healthier in myself. So these next couple of spreads are going to be relating to that. So what I've got here is my weight tracker. I've got each month here and I've got my weight here in stone. So each month I'll just draw a little line around where I am and hopefully we'll see a downward trend. Here I've got space to write my measurements in January and December, and then the difference, either plus or minus, hopefully minus, there, just to keep track and see what we're gonna get. On this page I'm going to stick in a BMI chart so that I can also track my BMI, but I haven't had a chance to print it off yet, but that's what will go there. One of my main problems is snacking and not eating properly. So on this page I'm going to have some healthy snack ideas that I can just flick to if I am feeling peckish, and on this side I'm going to put in some healthy recipes, things that I like that I can regularly and easily cook. On this page I'm going to write in a table, and what I'm going to call it is it worth it? It's going to include a food that I like to eat that I really shouldn't, the amount of calories, and then theoretically what exercise I would have to do to burn it off. So for example, if it was 5 Oreos, I would write down a certain amount of calories, and then for example running on the treadmill for 20 minutes. That's just an example though. On this page I'm going to include some at-home workouts, but I'm going to do it in a way that makes it easily accessible for me. By that I mean I'm going to make it so that it's not too overwhelming. I'm going to split it up into 3 different stages, each getting progressively more difficult, and then I'm going to add a little bar at the bottom to track how many times I've done it, and once I've done it 30 times I'll move on to the next stage. Okay, so the sad news is that my camera cut out, but this is only my first video, so I'm bound to make some mistakes. It's not a big deal, I'll just explain to you what I did. Basically on this page I've done a treat yourself page, so it's something to keep me motivated. Every half stone that I lose I'm going to treat myself with something. I've left space to write what treat I'm going to give myself. It'll only be something small, but something to just keep me on the right track. And then that's it. So we ended on a nice little quote, and with that we shall begin. So that will set me off nicely for the year. So let's just have a look at what we've done. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you liked it. I'm excited to put in the picture, and I'm going to write around it something about the memory as well, so it'll be really nice to look back on over the year, I think. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. My January plan with me will be out very soon, probably tomorrow actually, so maybe stick around, have a look at that, and yeah, thank you very much for watching. Bye!